So that same day that I met Maya at camp, later that night our camp was having this huge event. Now throughout the week we were at camp, during the nights there was always an event that involved the whole camp, like everyone. So this particular night we had this event that was taking place off the main camp in the forest, and I'm not gonna lie, when our counselor was explaining everything to us about tonight's event and everything, I was not paying attention at all. And the only part I got out of it was that we had to put on our camo gear, which everyone like brought like outfits for each night's events because the camp told us to. But anyway, we all suited up with our camo gear and everything, and I wore a bandana and I thought I looked tough as hell, not gonna lie. And then while making sure my fit was hard in the mirror and everything, my friend Jaden walked up in an all dark green fit with some weird looking goggles and a bandana around his neck. Little bro dad looked like he costed 1,500 V-Bucks in the item shop. And it was the funniest part because this story happened in like 2018 when Fortnite was really big, so everyone was like, Fortnite guy, and Jaden would just rock with it. But after our cabin like suited up, we all were given flashlights and began on our journey, shit was nuts because it was like 8 p.m. and pitch black outside, and since the camp was in the middle of nowhere, there was like no light pollution, so the sky was full of stars and shit, and we could see all around the camp other flashlights of kids all over the camp heading off to where this event would be. Now none of us had any clue where we were going. Like they kind of just said we're going off camp type thing. So after grouping up with like 3 other cabins, we went off towards the area, and after a little walk through the woods, we popped down the other side of a giant, like literal giant field in the middle of the woods. And while everyone was being set up for the event, me and Jaden met up with some of our friends in the other cabins, and we were basically just standing there, this giant group of people chilling, waiting for everything to get started and whatnot. And in this giant group of people was the 2 girls and Maya. Now I had noticed Maya earlier while we were walking up. Now Maya was this girl I had met the day before, and we low-key like clicked. Well, that's at least what I thought, but I literally hadn't seen her all day at camp. So while contemplating going over to her and talking to her and whatnot, Jaden also spotted them. He was like, hey, and waved them over to us, which was perfect because I'm telling you right now, I was not going over there. That shit would have been scary as hell to walk up to 3 girls and just trying to, you know. Anyway, they came over to us and started chopping up with Jaden and a couple of our other friends, which gave me the perfect chance to talk to Maya. And I looked at her, and now that I had a closer look at her and had more flashlight light on her, I saw her whole fit, and I was like, damn, because she had these high thigh socks on with a whole camo fit and her hair in a bun. I was just like, I like your outfit. And then she looked at me and smiled and immediately started yapping about how she put together her outfit and everything. And I was just like, well, she did that. Now while everyone was talking, we were all interrupted by a loud hey, and it was a counselor, and he started explaining what we were doing out in the middle of the woods. Now once again, during the explanation of the point of all of this, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking around at trees and shit and making goofy faces at Jaden, but basically there were camp counselors all over this field, right, just standing there like in the dark like NPCs, and we had to go find them. And when you found them, you had to answer all these questions, and if you got any of the questions right, you got ammo, which wasn't actual bullets obviously, but it was like these little light circle thingies. But every cabin was given an ammo crate to go with the whole camo theme night, and basically whatever cabin leaves the area with the most ammo in their ammo crate, they win. And there was like ammo just like on the ground and all over the place. So when we grew back up with our cabin, started going around talking to counselors, answering these are you smarter than a 5th grader questions. And during like our second one, we were all stuck on this question trying to figure it out, and our homeboy walked up and helped us out, and we were like, bad. And then he told us that we didn't have to like roll together as a cabin like other cabins, or people were like mixing into other groups, and some kids were straight up just going solo. And the second he said that, everyone just kind of walked away and started to go goof off somewhere else. And then him and the girl he was with walked off with another group, and then me and Jaden were now just on our own, and we started looking around the ground for ammo because we thought we would do better looking for ammo, like the ground scraps, instead of answering questions. So while doing this, a girl, this tall dude, and another girl all walked up to us, and let's call this girl Casey. Now Casey already knew Jaden and whatnot, so it was just chopping it up, and they were talking about going off towards the edge of the field to explore and chill, and Jaden was like, for sure, I'm down. And then he looked at me, and I just looked back at him, and then he went, can my friend come? And she was like, yeah. And then he introduced me to Casey and her friends, Maddie and Austin. And almost like fate or some shit, while we were starting to walk back towards the edge of the forest to go chill, we ran into Maya in her cabin, and apparently all the girls knew each other, so they started yapping to each other. And after a few minutes, everyone talking in our groups, we split back up. But then Maya's friends were saying, girl, go. And I looked back, and Maya was running up to us saying wait, and that she wanted to come with us because they were going to do questions and everything with the counselors. So the next thing you know, it's me, Jaden, this Austin dude, Maya, Casey, and Maddie all all walking towards the tree line. Now, I ain't know it then, but I do now. I was literally on an involuntary 3-man because Casey seemed very interested in Jaden, and Austin and Maddie were apparently dating, and like Austin's parents sent them here together or something, which I don't know if it's all true, but that's what Casey told me when Jaden introduced me to her. But anyway, it was all of them and then me and Maya. And once we got to the tree line, there was like these little fence on the edge of it, and we all like dead posted up on it. Now, being in this situation with Jaden helped push out the introvert I'm scared of girls Jace, and brought up the I'm on a 3-man Jace, because I was just casually talking to Maya and like flirting with her. And when I say flirting with her, because I didn't know how to do that shit back then, I mean saying her hair was cute about 15 times. And for some reason, that didn't make her like get up and walk away, because she was rocking with the kid. And I think everyone noticed like us in the background just chopping up each other, because after we were both laughing about something, we turned, everyone was looking at us just staring, and Jaden had this grin on his face that low-key surprised me because he barely ever smiled. He just always had this like deadpan look on his face. But right now, he was grinning at me, and I looked at mine and then looking back at everybody, and then Maddie says, "You guys are adorable together. Have you guys kissed yet?" And Casey was just like, "OMG, yes, you guys should kiss right now." And I started to sweat because I hadn't kissed nobody before. So how the hell was I supposed to know what to do? I'm cooked, right? And I took one more nervous glance at Jaden, and he had the most nefarious grin on his face. And he said, "Jace told me yesterday that he wanted to kiss her, so they should." And I was like in my head, huh? Who, me? I didn't. And before I could even say anything that would have probably sold me, I looked at Maya, and she was looking down, and she said, "I'd like to kiss you, Jace." And I felt like a shiver go up my spine, and I was like, and Casey said, "Okay guys, come on, kiss, kiss, kiss." And Maddie joined her in saying kiss, and Jaden was leaning there on the fence looking away, acting like he ain't set me up, but in like the best possible way, because while looking at her, she lifted up her head and then kissed me. And it was just a peck, but like after, I was like, and while zoning out trying to like regather my thoughts after that, everyone was giggling and celebrating that I got us a kiss. And eventually we had to head back because we all saw lights starting to head out in the same direction, so we headed out. And while walking back, me and Maya talked, and I was just like, that was my first kiss. And she cut me off and was like, "Yeah, me too." And I just smiled at her, and then she smiled back. Welcome to the end card. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I definitely enjoyed making this one. It's been a long time coming. Definitely people have been asking for it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, I think you would probably like these 2 videos. So yeah, go check them out whenever they pop up next to me. And yes, I did dye my hair blonde a little bit, so my character might look a little different soon in other videos. We'll see what we're gonna do with it. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I love you. Yeah, bye.